Feels great. Let me let everybody warm up. As you guys know, investing, creating wealth is what I enjoy. Today we're going to talk about the stock market. A lot of you need to understand the stock market is a very lucrative market. Shouts out in the bill, what's popping? Shouts out to everybody in my DM today. It's a blessing. And every other day, I get it. A lot of you are aware, of course, that you can make money different ways while living. As you guys know, I'm a wealth coach. I'm an investor. I'm an entrepreneur. Just a loving person that loves to teach. I just don't like what teachers get paid. Okay, that's the reason I won't become a teacher. But at the end of the day, guys, what's popping the bill? Martha the boss is in the building. The goal of life, guys, is to always work smart. And for some of you that's on, what is that, Instagram, you're obviously seeing behind me, CNBC is playing. And we're going to talk about the stock market today. We're going to talk about what's been going on. We're going to talk about how it has changed. And we're going to mainly talk about two things that a lot of you may not know or may know in regards to the stock market. First and foremost, guys, I've been investing / trading in the market for almost, let's say, about 8 to 10 years. Okay, I'm 36. Yeah, at the age of around 26, I got into the stock market. A lot of people ask me this question, Bobby, do you trade or do you invest into Forex, foreign exchange market? I am not an investor into the foreign exchange market. I'm not saying that it doesn't make money. There's a lot of individuals that make a lot of money in Forex. Forex is very lucrative, but it's just not something that I take my time to understand. I am not invested in Forex at all. I am invested in crypto, but again, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ethereum, let me take that back, Cardano, some of the stronger cryptos. And I look at it as I'm looking at when I invest into that, those are 10 to 15 year stretches. Today, we're talking about the stock market. We're talking about shorting stocks. We're talking about making money while the market goes down. As you guys know, I've been in trading and investing in the market for almost 10 years. I lost a lot of money in the beginning. And again, I still sometimes lose money now. So I'm not going to make it seem like I'm perfect in this particular game. But at the end of the day, people, you have to understand there's other ways to put your money to work other than just leaving it in a savings account, gaining zero interest. And at the end of the day, it's also important to understand you don't always have to put all your money into the real estate market. There's other ways to create wealth. Daily, weekly, bi-weekly. You could even say on a 5-year stretch, long-term investing. So let's first talk about it, the difference between trading and investing. People trading, you're in a stock, you're probably selling by next week. You're probably selling by next month. You're probably selling by tomorrow. Sometimes I sell the same day. That's trading stocks. Okay, there's also what we call investing into the stock market. Investing means these are stocks that you're going to buy and you're going to hold for a long time. Minimum 5 to 10 years. If you want to see true wealth. Shouts out to Cesar and many other people that's on my platform right now live with me. I want you guys to understand the stock market is very volatile, okay, just like any other market. As you guys know, Bitcoin is slowly dropping right now, started today. So, of course, once Bitcoin drops, stocks such as MSTR and MicroStrategy, stocks such as, of course, Coinbase, COIN starts to drop, and many other, of course, leveraged stocks in the world of the stock market. I want you guys to also understand, too, you got to understand if you're going to invest your money into the stock market, buy stocks that hold value, have patience, and understand what's unique about the stock market is you can make money going up. You could also make money going down. Now, example, you bought a stock, I'm just giving an example, at $5. Going up means you bought it at 5. I don't know, 2 years later, 1 year later, it's at 10. You doubled your money. Very simple math. It went from 5 to 10, you doubled your money. Now, of course, I hope you had more than one share, right? You had maybe 100 shares, maybe 50 shares, maybe 200 shares, maybe 1,000 shares. Now, I want you guys to also understand, too, the same way a stock can go up, what a lot of you may not know, you can make money when the stock is going down. What that's called is shorting. A fancy way of saying I'm making money as a stock is going down. The term is called shorting a stock. That's all. Now, the difference is when you're buying a stock going up, when you, whatever platform you're using, let's say Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Webull, you're going to usually click buy to buy because you're hoping that it goes up. And then when it's time to sell, you click sell to sell. When shorting a stock is very different. You don't use the term buy on your app. You use what we call sell short. That's kind of like the buy button, okay? And when you're trying to sell it, which is, it's going to get a little confusing when you're buying it back because you're really borrowing. But when you're closing out that position, let's use that term, you're going to put buy to cover. So the concept, in a weird way, is just a reciprocation of buying and selling. See, you guys are so used to buying a stock, as it goes up, you sell it. The only difference is when you're hoping that a stock is going to make you money going down, you're going to sell short the stock, and to close the position, you're going to buy to cover. A lot of us don't understand that you can make a lot of money when a stock is going down by doing a process called shorting a stock. There's a lot of wealth to be made shorting stocks. As you guys know, today before 12 o'clock, I made roughly, $3,000 while sitting at Starbucks drinking some white chocolate mocha. Shout out to Starbucks. But at the end of the day, people, this is not my biggest day in the stock market. And what I'm doing, you can do it too. You just have to educate yourself. I've done many classes. I have, of course, workshops I've done. But again, right now, like I told you guys, when I get to the point showing you guys certain things, I'm glad the ones who do show up and be on my lives and come out to my shows, because again, certain things I'm not doing again. Again, last month I taught you guys how to flip real estate with money and without. Some people showed up on a live webinar, and some people came to my office, and some people didn't. That's the last time I'm doing the show this year. I'm doing the show next year. I'll have a real active, productive life. It's very difficult for me to do certain shows and workshops because I'm not one of these mentors online lying to you or wealth coaches telling you stories. I'm a wealth practitioner. Everything I talk about, I do. I also do commercial real estate, so I'm very busy dealing with landlords, having them sell their buildings. So at the same time, it's very difficult for me to just sit here and do videos all day. So when I do a video or I do a live or a workshop, it would be highly recommended you guys come out and come learn, because you may not see it until next year again. Next month, as you guys know, the last day of next month, okay? May, the last Sunday, I'm doing the one and only commercial real estate show. I'm teaching you how to invest into commercial real estate, how to buy an apartment building, how do you finance it, how do you do the numbers, what are the terms. I'm only doing it one time this year. So if you decide not to show up on my webinar, subscribe today or whenever you want to subscribe, just understand I am not doing this show till next year again to teach you guys, okay, how investing into commercial real estate works. How do you buy an apartment building? How do you buy an industrial plaza? How do you buy something commercial, not just how do you buy a house? I get it. A lot of you are so closed in that box of learning how to buy a house. Okay, well, you put the 3.5% down, you get a lender grade. Oh my God, congratulations, you bought your first home. Okay, that's cute. Now it's time to learn, how do you buy, instead of buying another home, how do you buy a building? How do you buy two buildings? How do you have a building where 20 people are paying you rent? How do you get a building where 10 people are paying you rent? Where you go to your building every month and just collect rent from 10 people. Imagine 10 people paying you rent at $2,000 a month. People, do you understand that's $20,000? Even if you keep 70% of that, that's $14,000. Wealthy people invest into commercial real estate. That's how they retire. Another thing wealthy people love to invest into is the stock market. Warren Buffett is one of the true elite investors in the world when it comes to making billions of dollars in the stock market. Bill Ackman, people, car icon, some of these names you never heard of. But again, look them up. These are the wealthiest people in the stock market investment game. These guys have been in the game for years. They control the market. You know, I love how shouts out to Las Vegas in the building, people. Danny Brown is in the building. Shouts out to my boy Danny, man. Danny's doing a lot of big moves. People, shouts out to his transportation company. A lot of you know that don't understand that you don't have to own a truck. Sometimes just dispatching alone can make you a lot of money. A lot of money. Danny makes great money doing what he does, and he's very good at what he's doing. While some of you are buying trucks, putting yourself in debt, driving all night long just to make 100, 200, 300,000. Let's just say Danny's a smart guy. He doesn't own one goddamn truck, but he makes good money. It's called working smart, not hard, okay? But a lot of you seem to not understand that. Right? I see a lot of people putting themselves in so much debt just to be able to be in the transportation industry. What I love about Danny is he said, well, why kill myself and go buy a whole bunch of trucks, drive all across the country and enslave myself? Instead, I'll just work smart. I'll just do dispatch and just broker deals all day. That's all he does. You want your car to move from one state to another? That's what Danny Brown does in Las Vegas. Shouts out for Danny Brown. That's on my live right now. And one day, if I could have the time and he could have the time, I would love to let you guys, of course, witness who is Danny Brown from Las Vegas. I know this brother from when he used to live in Fort Lauderdale. Now he's in Vegas doing big business with him and his family, his friends, and these guys are making good money in the transportation industry in a way that a lot of you may not understand. It's not your normal buying a truck and driving all night long. All he does is broker cars from one state to another, and he's making a lot of money, people, I'm telling you. People, I want you guys to understand, we're talking about the stock market. I want you guys to understand a lot of people just simply don't realize that the stock market is very lucrative. Really think about this. I'm at Starbucks this morning. It's not even 12 o'clock. I give you guys some of my snapshots on my phone just as motivation. And again, what I'm simply doing is I'm shorting the stock. I'm shorting stocks, meaning as the stock goes down, I'm making money. Not as the stock goes up. As the stock goes down, I'm making money. See, I'm also looking at the fact that I love when certain stocks are so high up, 200%, 80%. I already know it's going to be a great position to put myself in to short the stock. As the stock is going down from $9, $8.50, $8, I'm making sometimes $1,000 every 50 cents, $1,000 every quarter that it goes down. A lot of you need to understand the stock market is a lucrative way to make a lot of money. But you got to take time to do your due diligence. You got to take time to invest into understanding how those stocks work. For a lot of you that may not understand what the hell is a stock, which I would be highly embarrassed if you are that individual, but I will give you a brief on what is a stock today. For some of you that don't know, a stock is a piece of a company. Every piece of a company has a certain price. On these apps, you have the ability to buy any stock you want for a certain price. A lot of people buy stocks at a certain price when they fall down. Thank you for the badge investment, people. Always support, appreciate all the love. At the end of the day, people, you can always support me, of course, by investing into a badge. You can always just support me by clicking share. That means a lot to me, too. At the end of the day, I don't always tell you guys this, but I don't really need your money. But I love you guys for all of you who will support me through badges on Instagram. That means a lot to me. Thank you. It means so much. People, I want you guys to always understand, okay, I do this because I love this. This is not what I do to make money when I give you guys advice. I want the culture. I want, if you're white, black, Indian, I don't give a damn where you're from, Middle East. I want you to learn about wealth. I want you to learn how to manage your money. I want you to learn about the stock market. So today we're talking about two different things that you need to understand about the stock market that a lot of people don't talk about. You can make money while the stocks are going down. I already realized that the last couple of weeks, we've been having a strong green week. So while all these stocks are going up, especially regional bank stocks, what I decided to do, this stock is up 380%. I said, okay, well, cool. Let me go ahead and short this one, short this one, short this one, short this one, short this one. And in one account, I made $3,000. In another account, I made $11,000. That's just smooth day. Today, I made $14,000 and I guess what time is it? 3:30 Eastern time. And again, I'm back home relaxing. As you guys can see, if you're on IG, I'm watching CNBC. People, and again, you see how making the money, I don't change. And that's where a lot of you go wrong. You have to be disciplined. Once you guys make money, you go into buying a whole bunch of expensive things, expensive watches, things you can't really afford or you shouldn't afford at a certain part of your life. People, the stock market is there to grow you long term so you can retire. I usually tell people, especially this part of the economy today, you don't have to follow what I'm doing. You don't have to trade stocks. I prefer you invest, meaning buy and hold for 10 years. This is why I suggest you buy strong stocks. There's a lot of strong stocks that have been down literally 80%. We all know Beyond Meat is down like there's no tomorrow. The stock is probably at $12. Lucid Motors. Ford, there's so many, Alibaba. I mean, people, there's so many stocks that's down It's a great time for you to invest if you do your due diligence and hold long term. People, you got to really think about this. For some of you, especially the entrepreneurs, some of you are not paying into Social Security. Some of you have no W-2. You're just in a business making money. You got to really ask yourself a question. If you don't have real estate to create passive income and you don't have a stock portfolio, 10 years, 15 years from now, you need to retire. What is your exit plan to retiring? Stock should be one of them. And if you can hold 10 years, I'm telling you, you need discipline. I know a lot of you get excited when I post, and it's just for motivational purposes I do that. I'm not showing off. A lot of you need to understand when I post, I'm not showing off. It's just for motivational purposes. So you guys can see that, yes, some of us, we work all week to make $700. And some of us can make $14,000 in less than 3 hours. But it's nothing wrong with working. All I'm saying is work smarter. Now, a lot of you also, too, don't like to invest when I do shows sometimes because you're busy. But then once I post that I made a certain amount of money, for some reason, oh, when can we sit down? People, I don't work like that. I am a very busy person. Okay, if I do a show, which I do every last Sunday of the month, that is the only slot I have available to educate a group of people. Because I am not your average mentor wealth coach. I live a real life. I really invest. I am an entrepreneur. I cannot be on social media every day. As you guys see, I do lives probably once every 2 weeks from before when I used to do lives at least twice or 3 times a week. I am very busy. So when I do take my time out of my life to give you guys a show, which I have every last Sunday, even if you want to watch it live from your living room or come live to my office, I'm teaching something different every last Sunday. I think it's May 28th, the last Sunday of this month. I'm teaching you guys how to invest into commercial real estate. How do you buy your first apartment building? What are the rules to engagement? How do you understand the numbers? I'm only doing this show one time, and then I'm not doing it again till next year. So for a lot of you that like to DM me randomly and when are you doing the show again? I'm not doing the show again. If you're serious about learning, May 28th, the last Sunday of this month from 2 to 4 p.m., you can simply get on mentorme.com, subscribe today. Every last Sunday, I teach something different. It's $99 a month, and I made it very affordable for a lot of you that like to complain that you don't have no money or whatever the case may be. You're going through hard times. And again, I want you guys to understand, people, right now, the goal of life is to work smart, not hard. At the end of the day, I want you guys to understand. Appreciate the love, Cynthia Roberts. At the end of the day, I want you to know you got to start investing your money while wealthy people invest their money. Wealthy people invest their money into the stock market. Wealthy people invest their money into real estate. Wealthy people invest their money into entrepreneurship that make sense. And I want to clarify that makes sense part, because some of you are investing your money into anything. And you're losing so much time, you're losing so much money, and you're not seeing growth. People, I'm going to do another live one day about entrepreneurship, because there is a lot of people that have businesses that make no sense. You've been in the business 7 years, 8 years, you still not even making $40,000, $50,000. You are wasting your time. People, at the end of the day, bills come every 30 days. You should not be in a business that you have had for 10 years, and it is still not making you money. Obviously, the business model that you have don't work, or your way of approaching the business doesn't work. You need to readjust the way you approach your business, or you need to get into a different type of business. But I want to say this again because I love all of you, okay? You got to understand, we are in a world of AI, coding, robotics. Put yourself and your kids in that world. A lot of you are getting paid crumbs because you still like to put yourself in old-fashioned business. And some of these old-fashioned business habits is not making you any money. It's keeping you broke. This is why in this world today, what I made today off of one account, roughly $3,000 and $11,000 in another account, I made $14,000, and it's not even 3:30 p.m. Eastern time yet. That's what some people make in 3 months. I made that, I don't even know how many hours, whatever. And the market opens at 9:30, 10, 11, 12, boom, boom, boom. 7 hours. This is not bragging. This is just motivational purposes. People, at the end of the day, you can make a lot of money if you put your money into the stock market and buy stocks that are financially sound. Stop listening to people telling you to buy these penny stocks and bullshit stocks that don't have any value, because you're chasing, oh my God, if this 0.0008 stock go to 0.0020 one day, people, that one day will maybe never happen. Stop chasing the AMC stocks. I get it. The Bed Bath and Beyond. Y'all see where those stocks went at? Some of those stocks are almost down to zero. Look at Bed Bath and Beyond. It's filing bankruptcy now. Stop following trends and follow results, follow reality. The problem with this world is a lot of us, whatever we see on social media, we listen to it, letting people misguide us. So when they told you guys to buy Dogecoin, look what you guys did, bought BS. Instead of buying Ethereum, which is something more stable, instead of buying Bitcoin, which is something more stable, you guys bought cryptos that have no value. And some of your accounts are wiped out. You're not listening. But at the end of the day, it's your life. Nobody can tell you what to do. I love all of you for who you are. Whenever I do see you. But at the end of the day, some things I could tell you today, okay? I had a couple questions. I'm going to answer some of them. Earlier, I answered why do I do the stock market. I understand it. It makes more sense to me. I do not trade Forex. I do not even invest in Forex. I invest into a small portion, maybe 40 to 60,000 of crypto. And I have roughly like $1 million, well, had $1 million because my account value went down. I have roughly like $1 million in the stock market, which is, it's down bad. Okay. Somebody asked a question, what are some stocks you recommend? People, at this point, if the market crashes, which we are looking like it's looking like it's going to happen. They're saying by the end of this year, this market's not looking too healthy. Shorting stocks is one of the wisest things to do, but you got to understand which stocks to pick to short. Because I hope that some of the stocks I'm shorting, the market crash on my short. Because you understand, if the stock goes to $1, $2, the lower it goes down, the more money I'm making. So I would love for the market to crash while I'm shorting certain stocks. And I hope it crashes 80% below what I paid for it. Do you understand how much money I'm going to make? But again, in life, it's not about me. It's also about you. What stocks should you be buying right now? I look at it like this. The technology stocks are down the heaviest. And we also know when the market comes back up, whenever it do, 2-3 years from now, technology stocks are going to come up the quickest, because technology is what's controlling the world today. So if I'm going to be in any stocks, of course, I want the best of the best. So if the market were to drop, I would definitely say put your money in some of the stronger stocks. Of course, Meta. Okay, people, what are we talking about? NVIDIA, AMD, Google. I want the best of the best. I wouldn't put my money in Tesla. I would not put my money in Tesla. I'm going to tell you why. Tesla has a big market share, but also understand when it comes to the electrical vehicle market. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of other car companies coming in that market, and Tesla stock is going to drop way more aggressively soon. Because at the end of the day, you see that Tesla is dropping its price points on its cars. Because why? You have to put yourself in a position to be competitive. At the end of the day, you was controlling the market, but what happens when Ford really gets in here 5 to 7 years from now? It's going to be a whole different ballgame. Ford is coming very aggressively with their electrical cars and trucks. People, you got to understand these Chinese companies are coming with their electrical cars and trucks. There's going to be a big market of EV, but again, this is a play you got to look at long term. So to me, I would definitely invest into, of course, stocks such as Google, NVIDIA, AMD, because these are chip processors. This is the future of the world. If we're talking about AI, artificial intelligence, they're going to be making a lot of the components for these things, which they are already controlling. I don't want garbage stocks. I like Ford at $11. I like Ford at $4. I like Ford at $20. I like Ford no matter where it's at. I like Ford. And I'm going to always say that. I love Ford because it also pays dividends. And I get to see the truck, and I love the fact that people are paying $100,000 to drive the Ford Nitro. I love it. Taiwan Semi. Taiwan Semi is a great stock. Give it some time to pull back. I believe that stock going to pull back at least a 30% pullback. He asked about ticker TSM, Taiwan Semi. People, at the end of the day, give it some time to pull back. I wouldn't buy it at this point, but I would rather get into AMD. Let AMD get a pullback. If you could get in at maybe $50, $60, even if it goes lower than that, definitely tap into AMD, because why tap into NVIDIA if you could tap into AMD, which is way cheaper? Just give it some time to pull back. Remember, people, the game of stocks is to buy low. Do not buy when the market is high. If the stock is at its 52 weeks high, do not buy. Wait till the market is crashing. Where people are, oh my God, I lost my job. Oh my God, my portfolio's down 80%. When you're hearing these beautiful statements, guess what? It's time to buy. Google is a very strong stock. That's the stock you buy when the market crash. You don't go buy no penny stocks when markets crash. You buy the best of the best. You buy stocks you know you wouldn't buy when the market was up because it was too expensive. But if the market's down, I want every bit of it. People, at the end of the day, you guys got to understand, cybersecurity is a big world. CrowdStrike, Zscaler, these stocks, if they go 40% below, 50% below on a crash, it's a no-brainer. If you're a big multi-billion-dollar company, your information, your data is online. Who's protecting the CrowdStrike? Who's protecting the Zscaler? See, people, you got to put a little bit of common sense into your investing strategy. It's not just looking at financials. It's not just listening to some guy on YouTube telling you some baloney story. It's also taking real life. But people, understand, if you're going to put your money into the market, you got to have enough heart to hold for 10 years. I say this to you guys because I want you guys to understand there's so much money in this world. There's so much money in this world, but you got to be patient. And you got to play your cards smart and strategically. When you're investing into real estate, when you're investing into stocks, people, I look at the stock market very differently. While there's one person, when the stock market is going up, guess what they're doing? They're following the hype. Me, I'm one of those, I'm watching, and I'm about to short it, meaning I'm betting it's going to go down. Because everything in life that goes up must come down. I always have that theory in my mind. So when I see a stock, okay, it's up this week. It's up next week. It's up the third week. It's up the fourth week. Oh, really? It's up the fifth week. Oh, and there's nothing to back up why is it up. I'm about to short it. And I'm ready to just short. And every $2, I'm probably making $2,000, $3,000. It's crazy. Imagine I haven't even lifted a sweat while some of you are at work, 40-hour shifts, 1 hour lunch breaks, just to make what for the week? $700. Today I made $14,000. I'm not bragging, people, but people work smart. But a lot of you got to get out of that comfortability stage that you're in. You're so comfortable at these jobs getting crumbs. But it's sad, but I don't know what in life can make some of us change how we approach life. Some of you are so comfortable getting $15, $20, $30 an hour. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But again, everybody's different. But at the end of the day, people, if you knew you could get $70 an hour, if you knew you could make $1,000 in 1 hour, would you take the opportunity to learn how to do that? This is why it's so funny to me, because in this world today, there's so many certifications that you can get nowadays in coding and cloud protection, 3 to 4 month certifications that can make you $150,000 a year. But people choose to stay at these jobs begging for $2 raises. You could be trading or investing into the stock market. Yeah, you're going to have some bad months. It's life. Every month ain't going to be good in the market. I have months where I have bad months. You guys seen, there's times I posted on my IG, lost $30,000 in one day. I'm still here living. But people, I'm very transparent with how I do things. I show you guys when I'm losing. I show you guys when I'm winning. I have one account where I'm down $500,000. I'm not telling you no lie. I showed my chat room. Anybody in my chat room know I'm down $500,000 in that account. And I'm still investing in the stock market. Some people may call me crazy. Call me what you want. But I'll tell you this, for the last 5 years, I haven't made less than $200,000. Well, I haven't made less than $150,000 in that stock market every year except last year. Last year was the only year I didn't make $150,000 or more. So call me what you want. But I want to tell you guys something. At the end of the day, we're all different. But I had to lose for the first 4 to 5 years a lot of money and time. And I'm giving y'all game in these lives to change y'all life and change y'all approach. People nowadays with Robinhood, I can't even understand why some of y'all don't have a stock trading account. I'm not even such a Robinhood fan, but I do have Robinhood, but I love TD. Shout out to Charles Schwab. They just bought out, not just, they're now fully transitioning their platforms. So if you're a TD trader, you now will be fully merged to Charles Schwab by the end of this year. They just sent the notification out. They're already starting to merge accounts now, meaning you will get a notification from Charles Schwab telling you that at the end of the day, you are now going to be logging into Charles Schwab instead of TD Ameritrade now. People, at the end of the day, if you had an opportunity to make $2,000 in one day, or work 2 weeks to make $700, which one would you take? Some of you, it's not that you don't realize that there's a smarter way to work, you're scared. And that's why I posted that video the other day. A lot of wealthy people in life is not smarter than you. They're braver than you. You're going to keep letting brave people outdo you. A lot of people that have a lot of money, a lot of people that have more money than you, because whatever a lot is subjective. They're not smarter than you. They're braver than you. And the biggest part for a lot of you, a lot of you guys don't like to listen. You would rather listen to a guy or a woman online with a Lambo truck, 6 chains on. It's for some reason, it's more believable to you. When a person's giving it to you raw, people, it's very simple of life. You make money, you save money. You take a portion of your savings, you invest it. You invest it into what? Stocks, entrepreneurship, and real estate. You protect money by having a corporation and a will and a trust. You protect your money to eventually retire. You invest your money to eventually retire. Life is really that simple. Life also has different aspects. You have to stay happy. You can't save everyone. Stop letting people borrow money. That is life in literally 5 minutes. And you have to have the number one thing of life in order to be fully successful, no matter how much money you make. You have to have peace. My peace is Christianity. I'm not perfect. I'm not a pastor. I'm not going to be here preaching religion to you guys. I'm just here to tell you, at the end of the day, with no peace, with all the money in the world, you're going to have a disaster. Bobby said it again. Simple. Make money, save money, invest money. You invest into what? Stocks, real estate, entrepreneurship. You protect your investments by, of course, having a will and a trust. You do all this so one day you could what? Retire. Because as you get older, your body gets weaker. You got to eat good, you got to stay happy, and you got to stop letting people borrow money. That is life in literally less than 30 seconds. But for some of you, for some reason, whatever I just said, no matter how many times I say it, you're going to still get off this live and go do the opposite. And keep struggling. You're going to let these jobs keep giving you crumbs. You're going to let these jobs give you these bullshit 401ks and think that at the end of the day, you're going to retire. People, I'm going to tell you right now. Stocks is a great way to make money. 2 things a lot of you don't know. It can retire you, and you can make money in the stock market while it's going down. A lot of you need to understand, having a job is not the only stream of income. I'm just going to say this before I get off this live. Did you guys know companies such as Roblox and I think it was Microsoft. Sorry if I'm wrong on the second company. They're paying 18 to 21-year-olds $60,000 to $80,000 for internships on coding. Some of you are grown, I don't want to say the A word, ass adults, still don't make $60,000. They're paying 18-year-olds to 21-year-olds $50,000 to $80,000 for learning how to code. What should you be putting your kids into? Coding. What am I going to put my little man into? Coding. Once he gets there, he's not there. He's not focused enough. You grown adults, if for some reason you see a person giving you straight game, you know what you're going to go do? Let me go do the trucking industry, go drive a truck and slave myself to sleep. While this man just told you the money is in AI, coding, cloud computing, cloud protection. And what some of you go do, let me go buy a truck, put myself in debt, $200,000, drive myself to sleep, state to state, because I seen some guy on YouTube video tell me that I can make a whole bunch of money driving trucks and having vending machines. Some of you just don't listen. This is your boy Bobby from MentorMe.com. It was a beautiful morning, beautiful afternoon. $14,000 made today in less than 8 hours. About to go, of course, go to some meetings. Ride my bike tonight. I bought a bike. I bought a bike a couple months ago. Actually, maybe 12 months ago, I think I had post my $120 bike I bought for Walmart. I know nothing about bikes, but I knew one thing when I was young. A Mongoose bike was always what one of my cousins, shouts out to T-Boy, he always had a Mongoose. So I bought a Mongoose bike, 120. And at the end of the day, I like riding my bike to the gym instead of driving, just to feel comfortable, just to feel earthly, just to feel humbled, just to be disciplined. A lot of you need to understand, even going to the gym for me, I look at it as a treat. You shouldn't be at the gym if you're broke. You shouldn't be at brunches every week if you're broke. People at the end of the day, broke people have broke habits. One of the strongest parts and the freest gift that a lot of you have and you're not using is common sense. Common sense tells me, hold on, I'm getting older, my body's changing. I need to figure out how to retire. I need to figure out how to work smart. Common sense tells you that when this man that's talking goes live, you might want to listen. Common sense tells you when this man does shows, you might want to come out. $99 ain't never killed you. But I know what it is. I know what it takes for some of you to listen. If I'm in a Lambo truck, hey, look, I just bought me a Lambo truck, 6 chains on. I know what y'all want to see. Have a baddie next to me in red bottoms. I know what it is. Maybe with some Hispanic skin. I know what it is. That's when some of y'all gotta listen. Y'all like things that don't put money in your pocket. Y'all like to be fooled. When people give y'all reality, y'all don't like it. Y'all like to be lied to. I can't believe when people call me about these credit BS gurus. Oh, these credit gurus, yeah, this man makes so much money doing credit repair. Since when? People, y'all believe everything. Y'all believe anything and everything as long as it looks good. People, stop letting people lie to you. You're getting older. It's time to get wiser. It's very simple. Invest your money in the stock market. Invest your money in real estate. Create passive income. You need to start having people pay you rent. It's very simple. You need to put your money in the stock market in strong stocks that I spoke about earlier today. There's many more. You need to be following me on IG, Mentor Me. You need to follow me on TikTok. You need to be, of course, in my Clubhouse. I tried Clubhouse 3 times, failed. Less than 10 people showed up. I said, I'm going to try it one more time. And then at that point, I'm not doing Clubhouse no more. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm not going to waste my time. I don't need this information. You guys do. I give this information just to give back to you guys. People, at the end of the day, when people are giving you game, just listen up. Shout out to, of course, Nabil saying, oh, man, he's talking about, of course, Chat GPT. Imagine you could now ask a platform a question, and it'll give you the answer. You could tell it, write me a 5-page essay on lines. It's going to write it up in less than 10 seconds. Chat GPT is changing the game. But the reality is, I get it, a lot of you, no matter how much money you're making as an entrepreneur, as an employee, I see these grad night videos, which is ridiculous. Some may say, well, Bobby, that's their money. I get it. It is their money. But make sure that same person that's blowing money on a grad night, a couple hours, $20,000, $30,000 on grad night, make sure that kid goes to college. Make sure that kid becomes something in life. Make sure that kid becomes a millionaire. Make sure that kid becomes a 6-figure income holder. That's all I'm saying. If you parents want to spend $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for a kid to go to grad night, to be on some goddamn horses and expensive Mercedes trucks just for a couple hours, if that's what matters to you, I get it. But make sure you ain't an individual that came from nothing, poverty. Make sure your parents was rich if you doing foolishness like that. That's all I'm saying. Some of you are spending like you've been got it like that. It's funny, some of the brokest people love to spend money on the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. But at the end of the day, it's your money. It's your life. You do what you want. This is your boy Bob from MentorMe.com, wealth coach, investor. Shout out to all of you. Don't forget, this last Sunday, May 28th, for only one time. Only one time for the year I'm teaching this. How to invest into commercial real estate, how to buy your first commercial real estate building. Get on MentorMe.com, click the subscribe button. It's $99 every last Sunday of the month. Shout out to all of you who do show up. And of course, shout out to all of you who don't show up. Appreciate the love. I hope I answer all your questions. I love all of you, no matter who you are, where you're from, what's your culture, what's your background. At the end of the day, we're all human. We all bleed. We're all going to die the same day. I mean, the same way. We're all going under one day. MentorMe.com. It's your boy Bobby. Peace.